Welcome to the Get Up Guys Daily Dose Podcast.
Get up, guys. Raise your voices to the skies. Get up, guys. In His name we rise.
When we think of spiritual disciplines, we usually think about going to church, reading God's Word, and praying. And those are essential. But there's another discipline that doesn't get talked about as much: fasting. Now, before you check out, I'm not here to convince you to go without food for a few days. In fact, if you're considering fasting from food, I'd strongly encourage you to do it wisely, prayerfully, with caution, and with guidance from someone who's done it safely. But fasting isn't just about food. At its core, fasting is about discipline. It's about denying the flesh to strengthen the spirit. Sometimes we need to step back and cut something out of our lives, at least temporarily, just to prove to ourselves that we're not too dependent on it. See, people love to talk about the dangers of liquor or hard drugs, and yeah, those things wreck lives. But anything can have that kind of grip on us. Man, I can't get through the day without blank. Well, if that blank is anything but Jesus, we need to talk. Is it coffee? Soda? Social media? That show you have to binge every night? Maybe it's something deeper, like attention, validation, approval from others. When we depend on anything more than we depend on God, that's a problem. Jesus said, "Man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God." Matthew 4:4. Well, that doesn't just apply to food. It applies to anything we rely on more than we rely on Him. Paul wrote, "I will not be mastered by anything." 1 Corinthians 6:12. That's the heart of fasting. Not just saying no to something, but saying yes to self-discipline. Yes to relying on God more than our comforts, our habits, or even our own desires. So here's the challenge. Find that thing in your life that has a little too much control and hit pause on it. Maybe just for a couple of days, maybe for a week. See what happens when you lean on Jesus instead. That's real strength. That's discipline. That's the kind of man God calls us to be.